Great. And then you called me sometime around mid-June of that year and said, I need your book submission next week. What? Next week? What do you mean? It's like I need the whole thing final done by, next week. Okay, Friday, no, by Monday. What? It's like a Thursday or Friday. So I scrambled and put together the pieces that I wanted to have in it. And there was a ton of other stuff that I had because that first book is then the first and the second edition are 40 years of my writing.
Mm-hmm.
So I started writing in high school, was passionate about it, writing all through my life, through college and after. And there was just so much to go through, and I didn't have enough time to literally review and have it, to edit each piece. So I put together as much of I could and sent it over to you.
And let's tell the audience.
With a young woman who I was seeing at the time, and just the moment hit me, and she looked at me. I'm on the phone, and she just looked at me and said, "Who you texting?" And I said, "Nobody." And she realized what I was doing, backed off, and let me finish it. So this is Blue Eyes at Sunset. With a waning red sun on the ocean, crimson to blue and white fill the sky. A lonely soul waxes romantically as the last light of day reflects in the dream until it is achieved. Throttle desire from heart eyes deceiving. For brief minutes in your eyes shine passion, then trained disruption intercedes affection. A longing for compassion and partnership, fleeting opportunities accredited to lust. A great accumulated knowledge forsaken, a power to compel is literally taking that from someone who's on their deathbed.
Mm-hmm.
To have the concern to want to tell me that they care enough about me to tell me that you need to calm down.
Yeah.
And it took some time to do that. But after, being a father and, all the other things and working to raise a family, I've learned, it's chill, it's calm. Getting upset and panicking does no one any good. And if you're the calmest person in the room in an emergency, you're usually the one everybody's looking to help. And
Right.
I'm the type of person who helps, much to my detriment sometimes. But
Welcome to the Dr. Smiley Show. I have a wonderful guest, a poet. And guess what? My cats just fell off of a large windowsill, I think. Man, they're crazy. Hey, Tony, how are you doing? Sorry you couldn't see that. I'm sure it was hilarious.
it's
So
okay. I didn't hear it either. So
you didn't hear it? Well, it was loud. I mean, it got the cat's meow. So we have two books here, and I have one of the originals here.
yeah, the first edition of the first edition.
And then we have, of course, the second edition. And the reason I show these two books is this book wouldn't have come out probably until this book was done to perpetuate this. And so at Perfect Publishing, we believe that when you have an opportunity to have a book out, you do the opportunity of having the book out, and then you make the book better. And you got a little more meat in the second one, that's for sure. I mean, the second. Yeah. So congratulations on your two books. Congratulations, most of all, on the fact that when you talked to me originally, you said, I've had all these poems and they've just gathered and amassed into this almost unorganized, or I guess in your case, you had them pretty organized, but we said, let's put them to print. And you had a phenomenal first launch with all these people supporting you. I can tell you're well loved, but they think you are the shiznit of poetry.
Well, what's interesting is the first book is actually in the collegiate system, mm-hmm. and is actually taught in several universities because of the stream of consciousness style.
Yes.
But when I found out about that, blew me. As a matter of fact, I remember I told you in a call we had that why is my book showing up in all of these used bookstores around the country? And you smiled and laughed and said, that's because the schools are buying them and the kids are reading for class and then selling them back to the bookstore. And I was like, right. Oh, wow. Okay, great.
Well, we have something called National Smile Day coming up. It's legitimately a holiday. It has nothing to do with me making that holiday. I'm just taking advantage of the fact that it's the day I want to celebrate smiles too. You've written some poems on smiles. I don't know how many, but I know it's at least, is it two?
There are three, I think I sent you, 3 or 4.
I would like you to be on the it's called the Smile-a-thon. Mm-hmm. It's 1 p.m. on the 30th to 1 p.m. on the 31st. I'd like to give you a 15-minute slot to just share the poetry of smiles. And by the way, anything that has to do with happiness. And you can also just talk about what inspired you. But you'll have a 15-minute slot to share that on the 30th or 31st. You'll pick your time slot. So people get to meet you a couple times this month. And by the way, you're the one who causes all the amazing events in DC. So thank you for that. You've
Well, I
brought
don't cause them all, but yes, I try to
no,
help.
you've caused every single perfect publishing one you have caused. And I should say you've supported and assisted. That's say.
There
So,
you go.
but it has been because of you saying you're in DC, it's your backyard, Ken. Let me make this easy for you. And so you've opened some doors for us. Shima's, you've opened up the door at obviously Library of Congress 3 times. And once you open up the first time and you helped us, we haven't necessarily bugged you as much, but you've still made it easy for us every single time. So thank you.
All you have to do is ask. Never have a problem with that.
And one of the most connected men in DC. And I love I love your connections because they're with heart-centered leaders.
Thank you. Yes, and many of them are mutual friends of ours. So yes,
yes. So people are going to get an opportunity. I guess we were going to talk about your launch, but if tonight's the night, I mean, people can come right out to Tyson's Corner and meet you, buy books, get pictures with you, and also meet all kinds of amazing people. Where is it in Tyson's Corner?
Sisters Tie. That's the reopening launch. I've helped them with TV commercials and stuff like that. So it's going to be fun from that aspect. Lots of wonderful people, and of course, it's the cover reveal for the new magazine.
And that's Janelle Harris, and I'll just go ahead and show that real quick. So Janelle Harris, here it is, 7735 Capital One Tower Road, Tyson's Corner, red carpet 5:30. It's going to be great food. I think Absolute Entertainment's the DJ, so we're going to have a proud moment with that. So people can meet you there. What time are you getting there?
Early. I'll probably get there around 5.
Yeah, same here. Okay. We can hug it out for like at least 5 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go in order and then we'll go into the launch. Okay. So this book right here, how difficult was it? Why did you do it? What were the poems that just made it like you had to do that?
So it's a very funny story for both of us. You and I had agreed to go ahead and put the book out, and you said start putting it together, and I was like, great. And then you called me sometime around mid-June of that year and said, I need your book submission next week. What? Next week? What do you mean? It's like I need the whole thing final done by next week. Okay, Friday? No, by Monday. What? This is like a Thursday or Friday. So I scrambled and put together the pieces that I wanted to have in it, and there was a ton of other stuff that I had because that first book is, and the first and the second edition are 40 years of my writing.
Mm-hmm.
So I started writing in high school, was passionate about it, writing all through my life, through college and after. And there was just so much to go through, and I didn't have enough time to literally review and have it, to edit each piece. So I put together as much of I could and sent it over to you.
And let's tell the audience why. So we were having all the authors from around the United States come to DC, and I felt bad that Tony would be a DC published author after the event and not at the event. So exactly. That's what we did.
So we put it together, and very successful, got a lot of attention right off the bat, especially from a couple of educators around the country and colleges who thought that there were some very unique pieces in that. And yeah, and so, that was thrilling. And then I was talking to Ken a few months later, and I said, there's really a bunch of other stuff that I wanted to put in there. And he said, well, then put it together the way you want. And I got it together the way I wanted with all the pieces together and sent it over. I had some funny instances with friends who were like, is that about me? And I said, no, that one I wrote about 20 years ago.
Well, but I wanted people to hear. Well, I just found a subtle smile reveals, and I'm almost saying don't read a smile one because I want you to save them for the national holiday. But you have in your phone, they're easier to read off your phone. So why don't you pick something that's definitely from this book and just read one so people can get it? Because I want them to hear the brilliance. You can say all day long you have a great poetry book, but I want them to hear it and feel it.
Okay, hold on a second.
And while you're looking it up, just know that you can get this on Amazon. And if you are at the event tonight, I will be giving away a couple of my books for the people that are coming out to support Tony and the other authors here. And he has some very interesting layouts for some of his poems too. So this is
not quite traditional. Yeah.
Yeah. This is the standing room, and it's got a bunch of words kind of standing in the room. So he's a brilliant wordsmith, as well as just making things very enjoyable to read. And you can give him a topic, and he'll actually come up with a poem typically within a day. Oh, here's the other one. It's called "What Is a Smile?" So if you
Yep.
want to hear these, you got to come to the National Smileathon. All right, Tony, you got one ready?
Yes, this one is called You, and I wrote this probably if I remember right, in college, and it was with my first college girlfriend. Okay,
Yeah, because I thought
and
when you first did it, you said you, I said me, and you said not you.
the poem is titled You, and I get a lot of feedback from a lot of women about this, about how romantic it is. So here we go. It's titled You. Away from you is the hardest part of every day. I smell you in my mind. It warms me. The clear memory of your touch makes me tremble. I taste your mouth, sweet flavor favored. My dreams abound. I feel you wrapped in my arms. You are my home. I hear you whisper in my ear, I am yours. I open my eyes and you're not there, and from my soul, tears.
I'm looking. I think it's page 15. Yeah. So page
15.
15 is in the book. So for those of you who bought the book, page 15. Uh, did you? Well, that's good. That's good. One reading of your first one. I think we'll do two readings of your newest book. And the newest book has come out, but we're doing the Amazon bestseller on what day?
Oh, you mean the book launch?
Yeah, the book launch. Yep.
That's going to be on the 21st, Wednesday the 21st,
So
which
Wednesday
we,
the 21st. Mark your calendar.
yep.
Buy the book, and you come to the launch and get a copy. And the book is going to be a ridiculously low price on the Kindle. It's going to be 99 cents. And people come out to the launch. Are you giving any type of deal for people coming out and getting the book for you personally, Tony?
We'll see how it goes. I ordered them, so we'll see. I put it on that it's gonna be $20, but you know what? I'm gonna do a surprise for anybody who registered. Yeah,
Well,
give me a
yeah,
special deal.
yeah. I see it. I see a possible surprise. Look, Tony, I see a possible surprise.
There you go. Yep. All right. So let me get open to it.
Yeah, this
Okay.
is. And by the way, beautiful cover. I love the evolution of the poetry. Are you doing a
This one
third? Are
was
you doing a third book?
Yeah, yeah, I'm working on that. This one was really the first time I had a purpose. So the whole purpose behind this is all the many variances and differences of love
Mm-hmm.
and how those formulate. Uh, and I'm not going to read the smile one and I'm not going to read any of the long ones. uh, Here, I'll read one. This
Oh, and
one,
oh, by the way, on your smile day, can you make a note proportionally happy?
yes.
I like that one a lot.
Okay.
And I have a request for you to read one. So you read the one you want, and I'd like you to consider reading the one. If I say it and you say, yeah, that's cool, I'll read that one.
All right.
If you, it matters, that's is what do you think of that one?
Yeah, I like that one. I
Okay.
like that one.
So I do too. So read yours and then read it matters afterwards. Is that cool?
Okay. This one is called Blue Eyes at Sunset.
Tell me let's not talk about me. I got blue eyes. Oh my God.
So do I. So no, Blue Eyes at Sunset. This is one of those things where I'm honest. I was on the beach with a young woman who I was seeing at the time, and just the moment hit me, and she looked at me. I'm on the phone, and she just looked at me and said, "Who you texting?" And I said, "Nobody." And she realized what I was doing, backed off, and let me finish it. So this is Blue Eyes at Sunset. With a waning red sun on the ocean, crimson to blue and white fill the sky. A lonely soul waxes romantically as the last light of day reflects in the blue eyes. A generation of effort and sacrifice paid, lonely nights dreaming of love unreceived, grasping at fantasies then quickly forgotten, settling for a life uniquely mundane. A chance to travel repeatedly missed, viewing the pictures of other lives abroad, content in an obscurity of mediocrity folded, an adventure never realized, forgotten. And in an unexpected opportunity, a gift of appreciation purposely granted, an escape to a quiet western seaside suddenly offers the beauty of a sunset never witnessed by these blue eyes. Now, here's the surprise about that piece. Hold up the book. When I took that picture was the moment I wrote this.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's part of the reason why I wanted to read this.
Yeah.
You're holding up the book.
Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah.
Now,
And
which one did you want?
you have a black and white and a color edition of this.
Well, we haven't released the color edition because the inside is color. So you had made a comment about how the fact you knew I was a photographer,
Right.
and I had a whole collection of different photos. So the photos in there are all taken by me, including the cover. And there's very specific pieces to the different chapters in each book. So, and there's actually a meaning behind them. Like in the one where it's the picture of the dock, and you have the
Yep.
close up of the
Yep.
board of the dock. There's purpose behind that. The other one with the mountains.
I
Uh,
got it. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
everything has a bird. That one photo of the deer,
Yes.
again, life. So, which one did you want me to read?
It matters.
It matters. Okay, hold on a second. I got to find that page.
And while you're looking up that page, I'll just let people know that we have just launched the Dr. Smiley show, and Tony, your show will be on here probably next month. We already are up to a crazy number, up to 7 subscribers. Can you believe it? We were
Okay.
we were at 1 subscriber this morning, and we are just gangbusters. You can almost bet, Tony. I'm going to say every single person. I'm going to say, "How are you?" And they're going to say, "Fine. How are you? What's your name?" I'm going to say, "My name is Dr. Smiley Show on YouTube." Go ahead and check this right now.
Hang on.
Did you find it? Should I
My
have
copy, it's not indexing right. Hold on. I have one of the proofs, so the proof doesn't have the numbers in it. Hang on.
Okay, well, I already dropped the page since I closed the book, but it is one that I really like, and you can pick a different one if you want. We can keep it matters.
No, I like it matters. I don't
Oh, it's on page 113.
Got
Page
it.
113.
Yep, I got it. Okay, so this is It Matters. When I dreamt of holding your cold hand, then witness in the manifestation of reality, like mist flowing into a colluded taupe, my fingertips almost glancing yours. Patient in focus of your life's frustrations, memories of past love drive comparison. A goal is but a dream until it is achieved. Throttle desire from heart eyes deceiving. For brief minutes in your eyes shine passion, then trained disruption intercedes affection. A longing for compassion and partnership, fleeting opportunities accredited to lust. A great accumulated knowledge forsaken, a power to compel is uselessly certain. The flare of connection, infutable vision, as our lips touch, satisfaction mutual. A familiar understanding of knowing, souls dance in colorful, quiet harmony. The paths merge for a prosperous future, and hope for unrestrained love blossoms. Sadly, the torrents of delusional perfection poke in. One sentence in an innocent story pause. So fantastic, it is vividly perceived as false. Without debate or proof, fate decided. The emotional caffeine is suddenly dry. The fire inside is quenched in disgust. Refusing to consider the possibility of truth, past betrayals count more as defying faith. The fact of desire is an arbitrary concept. Love is a chemical reaction to need. Physical contact is a question of physics. The phenomenon manifests itself solid reality. Phantoms of past connections via attention. Education a test, repeated and changed. Driving pleasure with a scintillating touch, then suddenly the connection is lost, and it matters.
What caused you to write that?
Breakup. Break up with someone who I really cared about, who I found out uh, was seeing somebody else without letting me know,
Hmm.
and wanted to continue the relationship with me because it was convenient.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's that's probably the angriest poem I've ever written, uh, because it was in my head the entire time. It matters. It matters how I feel. It
Yeah.
matters.
It matters how you feel when you read it, because I didn't ever sense the anger. I sensed the need to express how much it did matter. Like,
Yeah, yeah. And like I said, I'm not an
and
angry.
also that everything matters,
Yes,
right?
everything does matter. But you know me, I'm not an angry person.
Right.
I'm a firm believer in, happiness is a path to success. And I've always believed that since I was young and on. People sit there and get mired into frustration, panic, stress, and I don't believe in that. There was a time when I was young, very young, early 20s, and I was working for a man who was dying of AIDS. And he asked his partner to bring me over to the house before he passed away. And he said, "Look, I adore you. I think you're the greatest kid I've ever known." But he said, "If you do not learn to calm down, you're going to be dead before you're 30." Yeah, and it sounds funny, but it literally taking that from someone who's on their deathbed
Mm-hmm.
to have the concern to want to tell me that they care enough about me to tell me that you need to calm down.
Yeah.
And it took some time to do that. But after, being a father and, all the other things and working to raise a family, I've learned, yeah, it's chill, it's calm. Don't it Getting upset and panicking does no one any good. And if you're the calmest person in the room in an emergency, you're usually the one everybody's looking to help.
Right.
And I'm the type of person who helps, much to my detriment sometimes. But it's like I'm there. Every friend of mine knows that I will drop everything at whenever they ask, and I usually do.
Well, I wanted to show a little reminiscent piece of you rushing to get your book complete, and just how proud I am that you did that, because I told you to do it because I wanted you I knew you'd trust me, and you did it, and I want to show you the photos that happened because of it.
Ah, yep. Okay. Little ironic. I think I'm wearing the same shirt right now.
Yeah, but you were at different events. These are
Yep.
such, by the way, amazing people, amazing friends, amazing supporters, and then this special person.
Yep. There's my daughter.
Yeah, she's awesome. You want to give a shout out to her?
I love her to that. Carolyn, love you dearly. She is my nib, and I even mentioned that in one of the pieces.
Very
Uh,
good.
so there are a couple of pieces about her in the new book. If friends read the book, they'll see that there's a specific attachment to them. Family. One of my personal favorites, which I'm not going to read here, but maybe I'll read tonight or at the book launch, is Walls of Stone. And if you've never traveled through New England, you won't understand it. But when you travel through Connecticut and Massachusetts and some places in Vermont and New Hampshire, you'll see on the sides of the road miles and miles and miles of stone walls. And the passion behind the piece for that was here are the dedication, the focus, the concentration to build these walls over decades to cordon off property, not by thousands of slaves, not by teams of employees by the farms or the property owners. That's usually the property owner themselves or the
Yeah.
family spending months and years digging through their property, finding the stones, and then arranging them in just the right way so they fit and stand for eternity. Because 1,000 years from now, satellites will be able to see through Connecticut and all the other these hundreds, if not thousands, of miles of stone walls,
Yeah, they're beautiful.
and the patience and dedication and the love to put those together. Most people never conceive it. They don't understand. They just drive by. They see them and keep going, and it never occurs to them what that had to be done to do that before we had technology.
Well, I guess I have one more present for you, because you were such an amazing person to jump through hoops to make your book happen so quickly. And that is, I found the when we were at Poets, what is it? The place that you got us into?
Bus boys and poets.
Yeah. So, and please let all these people know that they've been acknowledged again. I mean, Fred Diamond's such a wonderful person.
Yes, he is.
And this is you speaking at the event and sharing some poetry. I mean, we had a full house there, and
Yep.
just the most amazing people that you've attracted in your life.
And the right there, they're going to be there next week, both of them.
Oh, they will. Okay.
Yeah, they're my biggest fans, pretty much.
There we go. So we got wonderful people there. Okay. So just wanted to show that I don't forget that you brought all those beautiful people to an event, and that how much that book connected you to them, and how much they got to know you better, and how much you're never going to know how much of a difference you make until you have a book come out and they tell you, wow, I love that poetry. So
Thank
beautiful,
you.
beautiful books. I'm so honored that you allowed Perfect Publishing to publish them. And we have a long road yet to go to wake up the world. And we will continue to do so. Just like my YouTube channel has 1 subscriber this morning, it has 7 now. It's
Okay.
yeah, how much do you want it? How much do you want it? So I'll see you tonight at the event. Tell people
Yes.
again how they can get tickets or how they can connect with you to get to the event next week or the 21st.
So I'm advertising right now on Facebook. So if you go to Facebook and look up One More Sunset with You book, or even go
You
to,
can put the link underneath the show, the live show on my page.
oh, I don't have it with me.
Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. I'm saying you can put it there afterwards. Okay.
Okay. Well, I'll send it over to you. Yeah. But
And just again, it's the date is May 21st. It's Wednesday. What time does it start?
6 o'clock.
And what's the location and
Pima
address?
Steakhouse in Tyson's Corner. The event is free. They do have valet parking for $5, or you can park around the corner in the garage. And yeah, it's cash bar. You can buy a drink if you want. You don't have to. But we're going to be there for a couple of hours. Weather's supposed to be hopefully nice, so we'll be out on the patio sometime and inside some of it time. But yeah, it's just going to be Ken and I. We'll have some books for sale for discounted price, and I'll
Oh,
be
and if anyone brings a review, then you get a very special price for the book.
yes, I will. I will, and I've been pushing that out to my friends and everybody else because I've given a lot of books away as gifts, which is just my nature. It's like, here, read this and give me a review. So I'll be pressing them at the event to please give me a review.
Well, I don't know if the word's pressing. You will be poetically posturing,
Encouraging.
poetically posturing yourself
There you
to
go.
deserve
Yeah.
it for the review. All right. Well, I'll see you tonight, Tony. And again, the name of the place is the steak place.
Chima Steakhouse, Tyson's Corner, Virginia, on May
And the
21st.
food is fantastic. I mean, you deserve a great night, great poetry. Get a drink if you want, and you'll leave there feeling like you deserved it.
Exactly. Thank
All
you.
right. You're welcome. I'm gonna see you tonight.